Here's Alexei Voropaev, 25 years old, from Moscow, Russia. Two-time Olympic gold medalist, member of winning teams in '92 and '96.
And one of the stalwarts of the Russian team. He's a great gymnast. Had his share of setbacks. Difficult mount, pulling back out. Made it easily. He's capable of doing more difficult tumbling than that. Let's see his front tumbling. Front layout, 1.5 twist. Here's a planche. Voropaev has had pneumonia, and coming off of this illness, this is the real test to see how he can finish a floor routine. This is the one event that requires the most stamina, so we'll see how he is at the very end of his performance.
He has simplified his goals. He says, I just want to win, I receive medals and money. Sounds good to me.
Life should be that simple, shouldn't it? This is a little Y scale setting up for his final tumbling pass. And to round off by handspring. High layout full. Very simple, very easy skill. I guess he just didn't quite have the gas in his tank to finish a strong tumbling pass, and that's a result of probably that pneumonia. Got a ways to go. Kind of sheepish about it, too. This first pass is a round-off by catching full twisting double back flip. The full twist comes in the very first flip, right there, into a back tuck at the end. He makes it easily. And his last one was a nice high layout full twist, but certainly not going to get any extra points from the judges. Very simple, basic skill. Nice to look at, but just not that hard.
And the judges were not impressed. A 9.30 for Alexei, and the crowd is booing that score. Again, they liked that last pass. They liked the height, but he didn't get the score from the judges. Stay with us. We'll see one of the rising stars in men's gymnastics, Blaine Wilson, up next. Welcome back to the Toledo Sports Arena. Here's how some of the other men did on the floor exercise.
Well, Andrea, Chris Waller, somewhat huffing and puffing at the end of this routine, was able to make it through a pretty decent routine. Finishing with a layout double twist. He's semi-retired from the sport, so this is a good effort for Chris. And Cheney Empey trying much more difficult tumbling combinations. Got in trouble on some front passes, had to put his hands down, took a big deduction. And Mihai Baju, also somewhat retired from the sport, was able to put through a halfway decent effort, some troubles in the routine. All he got was a 9.15.
And John Roethlisberger set to go on the floor now. He was 7th in the all-around in Atlanta. He's trained virtually his entire life under the guidance of his dad, Fred, also the coach at the University of Minnesota.
Fred's always had top teams at the University of Minnesota throughout his career coaching. John's been his best gymnast. There's a full in back out without grabbing his hands. Does it all open tuck. That shows very good technique in the air. Now, this is the one event that John said has been giving him some problems getting used to the new code of points. And this front tumbling pass helps him get extra points, but that bobble there is going to cost him. I talked to him before the event. He says this is the one event that he really is somewhat concerned about right now, and needs to kind of tighten up some of the difficulty and get a better score.
But he's shocked, though, at how well his body has been holding up through so many years of competing, 20 years.
And it's typically a young person's sport, and to think that if he goes on and makes the Olympic team in Sydney, he'll be 30 years old. That's geriatric gymnastics, basically, in the standards we have now. That's pretty old.
What does he add to this men's team with all of his experience and the years of technical steadiness?
Well, he also has he has a lot to offer the team. There's a dismount double back flip, but he has a tremendous amount to offer the team in terms of his experience in competition, and he's a good leader. I think that he has a great personality, gets along with everybody in the team, and he makes gymnastics fun. He works hard, he trains as hard as anybody in the world, but he has fun doing it. That's a good example for young gymnasts to know that no matter what they do, they can enjoy the sport at any level.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, for John Roethlisberger.
Now, he made a mistake on his second tumbling pass, trying to earn these bonus points by doing consecutive front layouts. Here's his handspring, front layout, immediately into a front layout, to another one with a full twist, but doesn't quite get around. Has to kind of fake his landing there, and the judges clearly are going to see that and take some points off.
Well, you're right, Peter. They did see it. The judges score Roethlisberger with a 9.5. 23-year-old Blaine Wilson on the floor now. Full name is Blaine Carew Wilson, named for Blaine Nye, a former Dallas Cowboy guard, and his middle name, Rod Carew.
Well, he's making a name for himself in gymnastics, one of the tops in the world. Uses the front tumbling well. Front layout, full twist, front layout, 1.5 twist. Easily done. That's the way it needs to be done. He gets extra bonus points. He makes use of the rules. You don't see a lot of difficult back tumbling anymore in men's floor exercise because they know they can get more points by doing this. It may not be as exciting, but it gives them the points they need by doing the combinations. Once again, here he goes. Ground off whip, layout, 1.5 twist, punch front layout. Those bounder combinations give the points.
Blaine competed at Ohio State, was a two-time NCAA all-around champion, used up his college eligibility, and is now training in Colorado Springs for the games in 2000.
And a good core group of guys training there because Blaine's there, Cheney Humphrey's there, John McCrady's there. Got some very top gymnasts all training in Colorado Springs. It's nice to be in an environment where everyone has common goals and they can really feed off of each other.
And Blaine really believes that the U.S. men's team can medal in the year 2000.
Well, he has reason to do that. They were so close at the recent World Championships. They were consistent. Only one missed routine at the World Championships for the entire team. A little easier dismount on the floor there. Kind of huffing and puffing. The front tumbling, though, will help him to score well. It should see a pretty decent score here. Very nice first tumbling pass. Handspring, layout with a full twist, punch, layout front, punch 1.5 twist. Easily done.
And Blaine Wilson wraps up the first rotation for the men with a 9.90. So here are the standings for the men after one rotation. Blaine Wilson is in first place with that 9.9 on the floor. Yevgeny Shabayev is in second, followed by John McCready. Coming up, the women are ready for the second rotation. You'll see Shannon Miller on the uneven bars when we return.
Blaine, you were in China this past week, and you weren't feeling your best. Explain what you were doing there and what happened.
Well, we were there for a training camp in China, training with the Chinese national team, and I had a good time up until the last 2 days. I got a little sick, and we just got home Wednesday, so got a little jet lag and still trying to get over my sickness.
You talked earlier, you said you matured recently as a gymnast and as a person. What do you mean exactly?
Well, I'm trying to fix my transitions. You know, back in Atlanta, I was not a clean, gymnast at all. I get in the corners, my head was down, my arms would drop real fast, and, I'm trying to fix all that stuff. And especially with, going out there and hit my routines, the routines I'm supposed to be doing. And that's gotten a lot better, so.
Thanks a lot.